The Silent Fear. A story of survival. The story begins with a family who hasn't been able to breathe freely for the past 10 years. Why? Because 10 years ago, a terrifying alien creature landed on Earth, along with a strange, gull-winged bird from space, and destroyed most of humanity. These monsters were horrifying beyond imagination. They could hear the faintest sound from a mile away and would shatter anything they touched into pieces. Somehow, the family managed to survive. They found shelter inside a ruined store while searching for food. Every move had to be silent. One sound could mean instant death. The youngest son, Boo, spotted a toy rocket. As he reached to pick it up, it slipped from his hand and hit the floor. Everyone froze. But then Regan, the Navy officer, who couldn't speak, quickly grabbed the toy before it made another sound. Their lives were spared, for now. But death never accepts defeat. It only waits for one small mistake. The father, Lee, led the family, his wife Evelyn, their daughter Regan, the Navy officer, and two sons, Marcus and little Boo. But Boo's innocence often put everyone at risk. On their way home, Boo secretly took the toy rocket's batteries that Lee had removed earlier, because any sound from it could call death itself. They walked barefoot along a path covered with sand that stretched all the way home, to muffle even the tiniest noise. But death was walking silently behind them. Suddenly, Boo turned on the toy. The music started playing. Regan, the Navy officer, unable to hear, didn't realize the danger. But as soon as Lee and Evelyn heard it, their hearts froze. The forest fell silent for a second, then came the roar. Lee sprinted toward his son, but the monster was faster than a bullet. Within moments, little Boo was gone. A year passed. The family had learned to survive in complete silence. But their nightmare was far from over. Lee built a research room inside their house, collecting information about the monsters. They were blind but could detect the slightest vibration or breath. Their skin was tougher than iron, immune to bullets or any known weapon. These monsters had arrived on Earth through a meteor crash and spread across the planet within days. Almost all of humanity was wiped out. The only way to survive was to remain absolutely quiet, a secret the family knew well. Lee installed CCTV cameras around the house and marked safe paths on the floor where they could step without noise. He even built an underground bunker to continue his research. He discovered that 3 monsters were roaming in their area. At the same time, Evelyn was pregnant. Knowing that a newborn's cry could bring instant death, Lee built a soundproof box equipped with an oxygen mask, a desperate plan to protect their baby. Regan, the Navy officer's inability to hear worried Lee deeply. He tried to fix her hearing loss by building a cochlear hearing amplifier. He gave it to her with hope. But Regan, the Navy officer, frustrated after so many failed attempts, threw it away. Later, she tested it and heard a faint sound. It worked. She cried with joy but also remembered her little brother Boo, feeling guilty for his death. She wanted to prove herself and help her father. When she tried to enter Lee's underground lab, he stopped her, afraid she might accidentally make noise. He still didn't trust her completely. The next day, Lee decided to go to the river with his son Marcus. Regan, the Navy officer, asked to join, but Lee refused, telling her to stay home with her mother. Hurt and angry, Regan, the Navy officer, thought her father no longer loved her. She packed her bag quietly, and walked away into the silent world.